now like to call the meeting of the Breakfast Club to order. Will Kylie please lead us in the flag salute?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, my health to better living, for my club, my community, my country, and my world.
Thank you. Now will the secretary please do roll call?
Yes. Roll call will be answered by favorite breakfast food. Kylie Nichols.
Sausage.
Andrew Team.
All of them.
Chelsea Willow.
Waffles.
Levi Will. Pancakes.
Thank you. Do we have any minutes?
No. Madam President, there are no minutes due to this. This is a special parliamentary procedure presentation.
Thank you. Is there any communications?
Yes, we have one from Spangles. The Breakfast Club, the Spangles Company would like to thank you for hosting your meetings here. Remember, it just tastes better at Spangles.
Thank you. Is there any officer reports?
Madam President, last month we had $5,072.36. We spent $72.36, and our ending balance is $5,000.
Thank you. Is there any standing committee reports?
Madam President, we invited the President of the United States to have breakfast with us, but we haven't got a reply back.
Thank you. And reports of special committees.
Madam President, there is none.
Thank you. Is there any unfinished business?
Madam President, at the last meeting, we laid a motion on the table to donate breakfast supplies to the food bank.
Madam President, I move to take this motion off the table.
I second that.
It has been moved and seconded to take the motion off the table of donating breakfast supplies to the food bank. Is there any discussion?
Madam President, I rise to the point of order. There is no discussion on tabling the motion or on taking it off the table.
Thank you. I take it. All in favor of taking the motion off the table to donate breakfast food supplies to the food bank, stand up. All opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Is there any new business? Oh yeah, the motion before the table is to donate breakfast supplies to the food bank. All in favor? Is there any discussion?
Madam President, what kind of breakfast supplies will we be donating?
Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, now we will vote. All in favor of donating breakfast supplies to the food bank, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Is there any more unfinished business?
No.
Seeing none, now we will move on to new business. Is there any new business?
Madam President, I move to have chicken nuggets and our waffle mix.
I second that.
put chicken nuggets in our waffle mix. Is there any discussion?
Madam President, now that I think about it, this is a really terrible idea.
Madam President, I don't like this idea.
Madam President, I think this is a great idea.
Is there any more discussion?
Madam President, I wish to withdraw my motion.
Is there any objections? Seeing none. Is there any more new business?
Madam President, will we have breakfast burritos at our next meeting? Actually, I move to have breakfast burritos at our next meeting.
I second that.
It has been moved and seconded to have breakfast burritos at our next meeting. Is there any discussion?
Madam President, I think that this is a great idea. It's much better than his earlier chicken nuggets in the waffle bag.
Madam President, this is a great idea. But where are we supposed to get all of these things?
Is there any more discussion?
Madam President, I'm going to lay this motion on the table.
I second that.
It has been moved and seconded to lay the motion on the table to have burritos at the next meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Is there any more new business?
Madam President, I move that we serve at the pancake feed and then go to the basketball game after.
I second that.
It has been moved and seconded to go to serve at the pancake feed and then go to the basketball game afterwards. Is there any discussion?
Madam President, I can't make it to the basketball game.
Madam President, I would love to go to both of them.
Madam President, I call for the division of the question.
Who's second that?
The division of the question has been called. Will the secretary please read the first part of the divided question?
Yes, the first part of the divided question is to go serve the pancake feed.
I second it.
All in favor? All in favor? Oh yeah, is there any discussion?
Madam President, I like pancakes.
Is there any more discussion? All in favor of going to the pancake feed, raise your hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Will the secretary now please read the second part of the divided question?
Yes, Madam President, the second part of our divided question is to go to the basketball game afterwards.
I second that.
Is there any discussion?
Madam President, I can't make it to the basketball game.
Madam President, I can't make it to the basketball game either.
Madam President, I would love to go to the basketball game.
Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, now we will vote. All in favor of going to the basketball game, stand up. All opposed, same sign. Motion failed. The motion, is there any more new business?
Madam President, I move that we have casseroles at the next meeting.
I second that.
It has been moved and seconded to have breakfast casseroles at the next meeting. All All in favor, stand up. Wait, is there any discussion?
Madam President, I really, really like breakfast casseroles.
Madam President, I really, really like breakfast casseroles too.
Madam President, I like this idea.
Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, now we will vote. All in favor of going to, all in favor of having breakfast casseroles at the next meeting, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion failed.
Madam President, I call for the division of the House.
The division of the House has been. All in favor of having breakfast casseroles at the next meeting, raise their hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion failed. Is there any more new business?
Madam President, I move that we have breakfast with the Easter Bunny next meeting.
I do that.
It has been moved and seconded to have breakfast with the Easter Bunny at the next meeting. Is there any discussion?
Madam President, we always have breakfast with Santa, but never with the Easter Bunny. Why would we start now?
Madam President, I move to amend the motion by striking out Easter Bunny and inserting the word Santa Claus.
Pass.
It has been moved and seconded to strike out the Easter Bunny and have breakfast with Santa Claus instead. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, now we will move on to vote. All in favor of having breakfast with Santa Claus at the next meeting, raise their right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Is there any more new business?
Madam President, ours to the point of order. You can't, we voted on amendment, not on the actual motion that was made.
The motion before the House is to have breakfast with Santa. Is there any discussion?
Madam President, I really like Santa Claus because he has a white beard.
Madam President, we only have $5,000 and Santa normally consumes about $10,000 worth of cookies and milk.
Is there any more discussion?
Madam President, I move that we refer this motion to a committee.
I second that.
It has been moved and seconded to refer the motion to a committee of having breakfast with Santa. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, now we will vote. All in favor of referring the motion to a committee, raise their right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion passed. The committee will be Kylie Nichols, Andrew Teen, and Levi Lowe. Is there any more new business? Seeing none, now we will move on to the program.
Madam President, there is no program due to this is a special parliamentary procedure presentation.
Thank you. Is there any announcements?
Madam President, our next meeting will be held on March 22nd at Spangles.
Is there any more announcements? Seeing none, now we will move on to adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Madam President, I move we adjourn the meeting.
I second that.
It has been moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. Is there any discussion?
Madam President, I rise to the point of order. There is no discussion on adjournment.
Thank you. Point taken. All in favor of adjourning the meeting, say the come line.
Breakfast, it just tastes better.
All opposed, say side. Motion passed. Meeting adjourned.
How do you guys think you did?
Okay.
Okay.
That's actually a pretty good assessment. You're real nervous as president, aren't you? That's not a problem. The thing to remember as president is the other 3 members are there to support you and help you. You're in charge of the meeting. If you make a mistake or forget something, they'll remind you. They did that quite a bit with point of order. Now, with the juniors, I kind of told them that help each other out, you know, when you forget something, somebody can, as you move into intermediates and especially as you move into seniors, as a senior group, if I see whispering and reminding and that sort of stuff, it's negative marks. Because if you need, and you guys actually about half the time did it exactly right and about half the time you reverted into whispering. When you need to correct something, what do you use to correct it?
Point of order.
That's exactly right. And you guys, when you did your point of orders, you did them right. And there were several things that I'm sitting there just waiting for it to happen to see what would happen, and you'd use a point of order. And then the next time you'd... So, I know it seems like you bogged the meeting down if you have a dozen points of order, but if you're really having to help each other out, that's the correct way to do it. Just don't get, you know, I always told my kids that I was coaching that don't even plan for a point of order because it's going to happen. And then we had one deal where there was no point of order and they forgot they hadn't done one, so we got dinged on that. But you guys hit all of the things that you had to do, plus your extra points of order and stuff. There's a few of them that you really didn't do correctly. Can you think of one that was kind of glaring towards the end? When you refer to a committee, how's that motion made? So if you're going to move to refer to a committee, there are 4 things that are required. You're going to move that I refer to a committee appointed by the president to report at the next regular meeting with a written report. So there are certain things that you have to include when you make a refer to the committee motion. You can't just say refer it to a committee and then leave it up to the president. If the president goes ahead and covers all that, then it gets covered. In your case, you guys went ahead and just moved on after you made the motion referred to a committee. But referring to the committee actually requires that you put some details in it. You can't just say refer to a committee and then wait and see what happens. You have to be very specific on how you want that, you know, what type of report, when does it come back, and how do you want the members of that committee assigned or picked, or it can be volunteers. I'm not counting down on that. Most of what I'm saying is chances for you guys to get better. I'm not counting down or giving you negative points on anything you did today. You did a really good job of having fun with it, taking a topic and turning it into a meeting, and keeping your motions to where they referred to it, where you could have some fun with it, and get a few chuckles from the audience, get a few chuckles from me. You did a good job of, for the most part, I could hear you very well. I could understand the motions you were making. You might, in a Gavel Games presentation, want to slow down just a little bit, because I'm taking notes, because I've got to go back and refer. You might make a motion at the start of it, that I have to have those details later on when you choose to table that motion or refer that motion to a committee and make details on it, or divide the question and things like that. One thing I've always cautioned kids on is, you know you're gonna have to do a division of the House, so you probably wanna mostly do verbal votes as you go through, because the worst thing that can happen is to plan on doing a division of the House and then find out you've already done a physical vote, which means you can't do a division of the House because you've already done a physical vote. Like I said, you guys did a good job. As intermediates, you're there. I hope to see that you move on, and you look downcast. You did a good job as president. You shouldn't beat yourself up, because, like I said at the start, the rest of them are there to help you. That president, everybody goes, I don't want to be president, I don't want to be president. It's the easiest job, because everybody else has a job except you. Your job is to use the gavel and recognize people when they ask to be recognized. And you did a good job of restating motions. That's another thing that a lot of people fall flat on, is when, as a group, as a body, when do you own the motion?
It's been seconded.
Mm-mm. When the president states the motion, it now belongs to the House. And as president, and this is something you want to use in your own meetings, as members make motions, they may not work all that well the way they're made. And as chairman, you can kind of state it in a way that maybe that's not exactly what they said, but maybe it's what they meant. And as long as they don't object to the way you stated the motion, then you've cleaned it up and made it better for them. But the body itself doesn't own the motion until the president states the motion, or the chairman. So, good job, guys. You're all getting blues. I watched as you read through your cards, and I heard you were already warned you can't have notes in the margins and all that. You didn't have a bunch of extra sheets of paper up there, so I don't really need to see all your sheets of paper. So you can come up and get your ribbons. Keep working on it. You guys are well on your way, and you're going to do nothing but get better.
Thank you.